tonight's topic is local SEO. And what the heck do I mean by that? Let me define it first, show you some examples, and then we're going to take a look at some of the technicals of how you could implement it for your own business. You could implement it for somebody else's business. However you want to do it, this will be usable information you can take from this webinar and apply it this evening if you'd like. All right, so let's take a look at those examples first off. All right, we're at Google. I search pizza, Buffalo, New York. Okay, it's a local phrase. 1 out of every 4 or 5 searches Google says has a local intent, meaning that somebody searches for an item that they want to find locally, something around them that they could drive to, pick up, have delivered from, whatever. And pizza happens to have a special place in my heart. I originally come from this Buffalo, New York area. Right? So let's say I'm just a guy in Buffalo, and I want to get a slice of pie or a whole pie. I search pizza, Buffalo, New York. And let's take a look at these listings here. In case you didn't know, Buffalo happens to be a fantastic place to get some pizza. It's quite a competitive industry, as you can see by this map over here. And take a look at all these little dots. These are all dots of pizza locations in the Buffalo area. And this is actually a very small area to see so many pizza joints. It's pretty interesting. Do a search for your local area, pizza, and then wherever the heck you are. And unless you're in New York State, most likely you're going to see like a fraction of that. So pizza's huge. Look at all these listings on the left-hand side here. These are what is known as local search engine listings. Each one is a separate business. Lenovo, Bocce Club Pizza, Just Pizza, all separate pizza joints in Buffalo area. And they're hooked into a system called Google Places. You can see over here there's a link that says Place Page. And it's a free service from Google that allows you to list your business, get these local search listings, and get some local traffic, right? Now there's the regular way that folks do it, and then of course there's an optimized way to do these types of things. And we're going to cover that stuff tonight. But I want to show you an example of what a competitive local search phrase would look like and what those listings look like for that phrase, right? So we can see we got a little image, we've got this little marker indicates where it is on the map, obviously. You guys are probably fairly familiar with this stuff. You can see there's a telephone number, other search engines or directories that this place is listed, right? That's what these links are here. These are referred to as instances of this business listing and other directories, okay? Instances. Just a little technical jargon from the industry. Let's take a look at their place page. We'll know of a really popular place in Buffalo. It wasn't my favorite, but we're going to look at their place page anyway. Okay? This is an example of a pretty darn good place page, places page. Okay? And the reason being is, first of all the information that they can fill out is filled out. Right? We've got all the pertinent physical information plus a phone number. We've got descriptions, details, links to, there's a link here. Where's the link? This will link out to their website. I forget, oh, there's a menu URL. There it is, right there. Okay, so there's links to their actual websites. There's video. Actually, there's no video on this page. Excuse me. Some pages have video, and that's a good idea. This has photos instead, and reviews. The reviews are a big deal. Reviews are, obviously other consumers sharing their opinion of the place, and as a whole, you get to see what's going on with this business. Right? Do people like this place? What are they saying about it? So this is a really nice Google Places page. Reviews by Google users, related places. Okay, this is nice. They could have a video in here that would add to it, maybe some more photos. And that's one of the keys we're going to talk about just a second. Okay. Now, something you need to understand about these listings is that, like I said, there's a regular way and there's an optimized way. And the optimized way is going to get you closer to the top of these listings. Unless there is a very specific location-based search. Buffalo, New York is pretty specific, but even if there is like a street in here, the one closest to the address or the one closest to the center of the map tends to rank highest, okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you. So Lenova happens to be closest to the center of the map here. A is buried right there, closest to the center of what's considered Buffalo. Now G and C, they look like they're kind of in the center, but that's just because they're floating above these spots down here. All right. In general, the one closest to the center is going to rank highest. Now, obviously, you can't optimize for your location. Your location is your location. But there are things you can do to influence your ranking within these listings. Side note, Casa di Pizza, if you're ever in Buffalo, love this place. Best place ever. But these are very influential types of listings. Right? They get the most attention. And for this particular phrase, all the local listings are above the regular search engine listings. That's not always true. In fact, I think if we do search for my local area today, Greenwood, Indiana, yeah. You can see, obviously, much less pizza in this area. Real crime. But take a look at these search engine listings here. There's a pizza directory, Urban Spoon, which is a very popular review site for restaurants. Has the top 2 spots, but they're above the map listing. So the point I'm trying to share with you here is that while you need to optimize for these listings to get the highest listing possible, you also need to consider your search engine positions. Any one of these businesses could have a regular search engine position above the local listing here. Okay? They could compete with these directories. So, in essence, if you were to do that right, you would have 2 separate search engine positions here. One for the regular SERPs and one for the optimized business listing. It's an important thing to take note of. Okay? And then, of course, at the bottom are the rest of the regular search engine positions. So when I do local, I like to focus on, number 1, getting this part right and optimized, and then number 2, making sure I rank as high as I can in the regular search engine positions in order to grab multiple spots. The more spots you have, the more leads you're going to generate. That's what that comes down to. It's time for a special portion of this evening's presentation. I like to call this Dustin's Notepad. And these are the technicalities behind local SEO. I'm going to go through these one by one so you understand them and you can implement them, and you'll be far, far ahead the average local competitor. The SEO, or the factors that exist on your website as well as outside of your website, matter. Okay? They matter, number 1, they will influence your Google Places